Now say, whoa, get ready, bam-a-lam, whoa, get ready, bam-a-lam, whoa, get ready, bam-a-lam, get ready to ride. Whoa, get ready, bam-a-lam, whoa, get ready, bam-a-lam, whoa, get ready, bam-a-lam, get ready to ride.
Oh yeah, Blake, let's take them around the world.
Detroit, Milan, bam-a-lam,
Miami, LA, New York, Dubai,
Dubai, Japan, bam-a-lam,
ATL, Nashville to the
east
shack.
side, west side, bam-a-lam.
I tell the truth, even when I lie.
For Vancouver, a win will secure them second place, and a win and a little bit of help from Colorado, they can still reach that number one spot. As Wings and Warriors set to go from the Raj. Fan appreciation night here as well. And below the whistle, let's play some lacrosse. We're underway. Max Adler. And Big Bo Columbus sawing this one off, and Vancouver will get the opening draw courtesy of Owen Grant. Yeah, down on the turf prior to the game, and my first-hand look at Bo Columbus, and he is a unit down there, I'll just say that. Claridge shooting off the inside of the post on the first shot of the game as that one rings the iron. And home with something special there. Shot off the pipe there from Claridge as Keegan Ball with it now. 113 points, and look out, that one actually ended up on goal. Making a change is Ben Cromer. Here comes Kyle Jackson. Had a nice game against Las Vegas up front for Philadelphia. 5 wins on the season here for the Wings. Pass. Maybe a little nerves playing in front of friends and family here tonight, I'm sure, for the new West native.
And some big names out of the lineup for Philly. No Brendan O'Neill, no Eric Fennell. Of course, they're on the other side of the floor, but still, Lucas Nielsen is going to get a ton of touches tonight.
Our top two scorers and head coach of the Wings here tonight, flanked by Patty McCready and the Hall of Famer Tracy Koleski. So there's Evan Messenger, one of the other local products here on this Philadelphia team out of Delta. Charlotte Beatties, corner feed for Dixon. Goal line extended now, looking in front of the goal, and that pass did not connect. Jesse King will run it down with 7 on the shot clock. Working on Isaiah Davis-Allen. King will shoot, and David will snuff that one. Back in his familiar 16. We'll make the change as up come the Wings offensive players. Pass through the defensive zone. Back to Jackson it comes. He'll load, he'll fire. Del Bianco fights that one off to the corner. Take their time with it. Good switch from the captain Mitski. There's Landon Sinfield out of Cornwall, Ontario. Won himself a President's Cup championship at the Snake Island Muskies last summer. Simpson on the fly, shoots, and David had to go right through his legs and out the other side, but wide of the target. We see a couple offensive reps up front for 22 tonight. We shall see. It's another controlled possession here for Philadelphia. 15 on the shot clock. Messenger will play up front tonight. He's fully adept at doing that, but does have the ability to play out the back gate as well. Changes as out here tonight, Brendan O'Neill and Cody Ennis. For Philadelphia and out for Kurt Malosky, head coach and general manager for Vancouver, the newly activated Nathan Miller and Peyton Cormier, the scratches here tonight. Claridge tried a pirouette with a loose ball, got it to go into his pocket, and a reaching shot there, stopped by David.
As a full-time pro where he's played in every game, and he has been outstanding.
Down to 15 on the clock here for the Wings. Back to work. This is Sinfield. He'll fire, scores! That one caught Del Bianco down low through the 5-hole. And Landon Sinfield opens the scoring here tonight for Philadelphia.
It's never a bad feeling in your rookie year to tickle twine, especially when you get one past one of the best goalies in the game, in Christian Del Bianco. And I think this one may have caught a deflection. It may have just gone through a bit of a screen. You could see Brett Mitski sliding up, and it just might have caught the inside of his stick, and that just goes to the glove side of Christian Del Bianco. And the Warriors are going to have to try to get some more on Damu. Just 3 shots on goal so far, and you're seeing the early...
I was going to say that was kind of the strategy of Vancouver a week ago against Halifax, where they came out firing the ball with multiple shots on multiple possessions.
Part of their game plan.
King will start the offense here for Vancouver as they go lefty strong on this shift. Here's ball through the middle, but it's Curtis Dixon on a Weaver. It's possession quickly for Vancouver. As let's get the Zebras in here tonight. Crew chief Todd LeBranche working his 491st game in the National Lacrosse League. We'll have more on Todd as the evening moves along, as Simon D'Souza, Kyle Coulter, and Zachary Jones, your other officials here tonight. Another chance for the Wings. Vertically kicked it into the pocket of Keegan Ball, and Vancouver saves the possession. Ball to the middle. He's yet to get a shot off. On the go is Claridge as he looks for his early and often in this game, but that shot blocked by the Wings. Back across center it comes, and across the 10-minute mark we go. Well, thank you, Olivia. I think we expect probably, 6, 7, 8 points. That's usually what he's been putting up on a game-by-game basis, and he'll need something like that here tonight to tie the scoring race, as Teat was held in check here tonight by Halifax. So a chance for Keegan Ball to be atop them all by night's end as far as the scoring race goes, and I wouldn't put it past him with the year that he is having so far, as Jesse King keeps his hot play going as he finds the short side top corner, and we are tied in Vancouver.
The Buffalo Bandits. The only other time that's happened to him in his career, he followed that up with 19 points in his next 3 games. 6 points, 7 points, then 6 points. He's continued that trend. Last weekend versus Halifax, he puts up 6. Now he's already got his first of the evening here tonight.
And had head coach and general manager Kermalowski on my podcast this week, Tino, and mentioned that he was a little concerned that they were going to lose Adler here at the end of April, but he has worked out a deal with his work at Disney and ESPN to allow him to stay in Vancouver and finish off the season here with the Warriors, and I know they're happy about that. Here comes Reed Bowery on the run. Look out from behind.
He's raping it over right now, and he's gone halfway through the tunnel.
Keep an eye on OG. They do not want to lose him down the stretch, that is for sure, as the power play gets set back up here for the Warriors. Curtis Dixon stepping in. Here's Keegan Ball. He'll fire. Scores! 114 for Keegan Ball, and this time it's the goal variety. And Vancouver in front for the first time tonight off a power play goal from 45.
You can see the reaction on Nick Damude there. He's just kind of chuckling to himself. Like, that is the patented Keegan Ball goal. Top of the power play. Nobody's closing the gap on him, so he just says, sure, I'll shoot from here. Why not? And yeah, he's continuing to climb that points race, as you mentioned. I think part of that reaction from Damude is as well. He feels like he probably should have had it. It just goes underneath of his arm. He gets a little piece of it, but the velocity on that release is just a little bit too much.
And unfortunately for the Desert Dogs, that becomes a bit of a meaningless game, as Curtis Dixon with a rare drop there heading to the net. And gets bodied up hard along the corner boards. And Ball. 8 on the clock. Warriors running out of time. Into the middle comes Ball. And pretty good defensive effort there from Wagner. Big chance for Claridge, easily handled by Damude. Ryan Wagner. A good year defensively here for Philadelphia. And let that ball roll towards him late in the quarter now. Del Bianco to the bench. 5 to go in the quarter. Got to go to net now. King will load, feet in front, and that one ended up on Damude as the opening 15 minutes comes to a close. Tight checking, good goaltending, and Nick Damude, hang on a second here. A little slow to get back to his feet, but looks to be okay. Games in, hopefully a couple more playoff games before he hangs up the whistle.
Yeah, it's a thankless job being a referee in any sport, really, and he's made some people laugh along the way. So congratulations to Todd LeBron.
Actually had a chance to be in Colorado for that infamous call that night as well, and just one of the good guys around our league as well. Blow the whistle, let's play some lacrosse. And as they did in the first quarter, they'll get possession here to start the second as the teams flip around here at the Raj. Adam Charlamides with a split dodge to the middle and gets a good look. Some good looks, but this is really what Nick Damude has done all season long here, Tino, is goaltending has not been the issue in Philadelphia, as the numbers in Philadelphia with Joe Rizzaterets, but they got a guy that's going to wear a Wings uniform. At least we hope they will, as we know it. We hope not, as the league continues to effort new ownership for this franchise. As Del Bianco looks to outlet and finds Mitski in the middle. This is Owen Grant with a little room. Ducks underneath. Owen Grant scores! Oh, Jake with a beauty. And it's 3-1 Warriors.
has been down. He's always going to be a transition threat just with the style of play and with how this Warriors team is built, and he's now rewarded in back-to-back games. He scored a big goal for Van last weekend against Halifax. He gets right back to the scoring this time around, going a little bit airborne. And
for the reigning transition player of the year, Adler and Columbus back in the small circle. This time Bo Columbus with the win, but a good stick check from Bowering gives the possession right back to Vancouver here as a trip from behind. That's going to get called. As you know what you're doing in the leadership department. Ball from the point. Dixon a push into the middle. Here's Keegan Ball. Skip it. Charlotte Beatty's in behind the rack now, trying to set up Sheridan. Dixon shooting. That one deflected. King has a go. Easy save for Daymud. Wagner shoved back into the crease. A well-timed cross-check. Set back up in that horseshoe formation. Ball taunting the defenders. Dixon, a subber, didn't get through again. It's another shot block there. Now a little space here for Keegan Ball. Stepping down. Fire, scores! Tack another one on to the totals for Keegan Ball. And the Vancouver Warriors up by 3. After shot, repetition after repetition, and pays off when it comes to game time. Claridge feeds Dixon, laying out through the crease and couldn't tuck it in. And are being outshot 21-10. Young, Jackson searching for a lane. Delbianco down in the block. They're up. I mean, there's just not a lot of rebounds that come off his pads.
And the communication when he's making a save too. He's the first one to point out where that ball is or where he wants that ball to be going.
Well, as here comes Patton in transition, feeds off to the crease, and good stick there from King to break that up. Now Jackson hammered down from behind. No arm goes up there on Beers, who's laying on top of Kyle Jackson now. Subak over to help out. Roughnecks here 6-5. 7-5 your score. Toronto leading Saskatchewan. Both just starting the fourth quarter. Marcus Claridge, Jesse King, backdoor feed. Keegan Ball! Hat trick in the first half. And the points keep on coming. You know, I will also say that the points record and all that, probably the furthest thing from Keegan Ball's mind. He's not a guy that worries about any of that type of stuff. But you know his teammates know the scenario, and they want to get him that scoring type. Shot blocked. Adler in the way. A loose ball. Again, Ball off the bench quickly. Here's Charlotte Beatty's with some space. And Vancouver will settle down a possession as Subak hustles to the bench. The Roughnecks have tied things up at 6. The Rush have drawn within 1 on the rock. Keegan Ball will stick the rock to the back of the net for his 4th of the evening. Wow.
Over Nick Daymud. So he's now up to 4 points.
And Sinfield, it's 6 straight here for Vancouver as we approach the 2-minute mark here to go to halftime. And this is the response that the Warriors were looking for in their final regular season home game. As 7-2, and there's another. Are you kidding me? Heat check for 45. He's got another. And I don't know how much you can put on Daymud in that scenario. There's now 5 of them, courtesy of Keegan Ball.
And it's not even just that it's Vancouver as a top team, it's a motivated top team. They know there's a lot at stake here tonight, even though they're already locked into a home playoff game.
Well, they know there's a chance here as into the back of the net. That's a beautiful shot for Leclerc. And Philadelphia finally snaps the run here, but again, the scenario plays out like this. Vancouver wins, they finish in second, no worse than second. If they win and Colorado loses, and by the way, it's 6-6 at the Saddle Dome coming down the stretch of the fourth quarter there, Vancouver can still get top spot in the standings and have home floor throughout the entire playoffs. So lots to play for here. Down to 2 on the shot clock. And they tried to set one up for Keegan Ball. And maybe a late chance now for the Wings. They got a man in behind everybody. Oh, the catch, scores! KJ with 1.9 to go, and that's a huge goal there for Philadelphia off the turnover.
And that's big for Philly's morale heading into the halftime break as well. The hill to climb might feel like it's a bit of a mountain, but just to be able to get one back.
Colorado by 1 with a minute to play in Calgary. We begin the second half here in Vancouver. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. We'll keep you posted. Out comes the offense with a 4-goal lead. Curtis Dixon held goalless in that opening half. I would not expect that to be the case here in half number 2. Charlene Beatty's a good pick. Opens up King. Down to the crease. Oh, there went it. Clip it! And then some action after that goal from Charlene Beatty's. And look out here. Everybody into it in the far corner.
We'll have to spend some time in the sin bin.
So it's Vancouver's first penalty of the night. They are in overtime in Saskatchewan. And it's rush possession here as they're coming down the final 48 seconds, and the Rush just win. Nielsen will set things up here for Philly. Kyle Jackson will have that buzzer beater at the end of the first half, and there's Lucas Nielsen, who starts the second half off well here for the Wings as they get a
Philly's last 2 straight games. The release point on this one is
Wings trying to cut the lead to 3 here as Nielsen's got the latest for Philly. Pass to the crease. Here's the chance. Scars. Oh, pick and roll worked perfectly. It's the center strike. Here comes Keegan Ball. 5 out of the 8 here for the Warriors tonight. Claridge. Charlene Beatty wants it, gets it. He'll dart low, looking for a seal there from King, gets it. Near side to Ball with 10 on the clock. Keegan Ball, an inside roll. Leans in, feet to the crease. Curtis Dixon! That's a big one from Superman to restore the 4-goal lead.
Cali standing 6'6". Landon Sinfield down 6 inches on him.
Now what do we got? Moving screen on the far side of the floor. Lead feed here for Jackson. Subak looking for his first. Scores! Clip it for Subi! Excuse me, I don't think that is his first goal of the year as I butcher that one. But first one here at Rogers Arena, if I can say that. How about that from Jackson Subak?
He is just a beloved teammate in that room, and it's funny, like my first look was over at the Vancouver Crease to see Christian Delbianco's reaction, and he's just making some noise with his pad. Jackson Subak, he's usually getting it done.
Juice goal from the hulking defender, Jackson Subak. That's a big goal for the Warriors as well as they restore their 5-goal lead. And anytime you can get one out of a defender like that, that is just going to bring up the temperature on that Vancouver bench. Here's Claridge. Scores! Here come the Warriors. Marcus Claridge is on the board and Vancouver up to 11. I'm still buzzing off that Subak goal.
I think he might still be too.
Well, this guy's got a bunch here tonight. 5 for Keegan Ball. He's up to 42. Sheridan with a rocket. And Deacon Nutt will be playoff lacrosse here. Not so much for the hockey team. Speaking of, just prior to the game, I saw the bus outside the arena, and it looked like the Canucks were having a little team outing and having some fun after their season has come to a close, as the Wings looking to close the gap here a little bit as Sam LeClaire gets his second of the night. Philly. Out comes Beers, out comes Subak. And they're back to 5-on-5, and a rousing applause from the faithful here at Rogers Arena for that penalty kill. Swim move, a good one, right to the crease, backhand shot, scores, clip it for Young. What a goal.
But Young goes right at him, catches him leaning to the inside with that first step. You'll see it here, and then just goes back underneath him.
Finish off the year down in the desert. King scores. That's a nice finish from Jesse King.
This one is all about the body language of Jesse King. Watch, he's going to dip his shoulder, and oftentimes you catch a goaltender kind of guessing there. If your shoulders, if your upper body is saying one side, and then all of a sudden you're shooting to the opposite. You can see him just hammer that to the stick side shoulder. It just drops over top.
In the offensive zone. Empty net. Looking for goal 13. 5 seconds to go. Keegan ball with rim, fires, and not the stop. Loose ball. Charlotte Beatty's just missed at the buzzer. And we are through 3 quarters of play. 45 minutes in the books and 50 when it comes to watching Curtis Dixon. Like, I really believe we have had the privilege of watching greatness in front of our eyes for the better part of 15 years here with Curtis Dixon. And I mean, plateau at this point of his career, absolutely incredible. Blow the whistle, let's play some lacrosse.
I will say as well, as somebody who was a fan of the Vancouver lacrosse scene in general, we'll finish that in a moment because Philly starts off with an early goal here from distance. That's a good start for them, coming just 19 seconds in. A perimeter bid, once again coming from the righties. Got 5 points already this evening as well.
There's a face-off win for the Warriors and a chance here for Reed Bowering to answer right back, and he hits the post. And just absolutely curb stomp them with Dixon and King and Del Bianco shutting the door, and Simpson and Cal. All the rest of it, to now see them in Warriors uniform, and refreshing, I will say. Quite refreshing. Here's a chance for Callies. That's got no call on that, as Callies hammered right across the back of the numbers and no penalty. I don't know. You could clearly read the name bar there on that hit. Chance in front, and Del Bianco squeezed up against the post to keep that one out. As Philadelphia not going away quietly here. They're back within 4 and have a little momentum on their side. Wow, look at there. There he is. The glove with a steal. And the glove with a breakaway. In he comes right down. Scores! Oh, how about it for Doxey? Still got some juice in those legs as he races down the turf for a breakaway goal after a steal.
Oh, and look at the smile on his face, too. Like, you see exactly there why here in Vancouver they call him the glove. How many people have been victimized by the active stick in a lane? It looks like he's laughing while he's on the breakaway there.
He's smiling before the goal.
And I mean, like, that is a goal scorer's goal as well. He's got a man on his back and he sells the goaltender high and winds up putting it between the legs. That is a savvy veteran turning on the Jets and scoring a pretty one in the final frame.
The 5-goal lead restored for Vancouver, and they've really done a nice job of that all night long, Tino, as Philadelphia seemingly they're, oh, we got a chance, and then Vancouver just finds a way to snuff out any hope here for the Wings' comeback. Sheridan, a bull rush to the crease. A swim move, trying to get low. Red look out, not. Lights him up. The goal will count. And a penalty was to come to Philadelphia. And with all that being said, Tino, I think this one might come back because I think Sheridan might have had a toe on the line.
He sees body, he takes body.
Yeah, the takeoff was not clean for Sheridan. It's the call from Todd LaBroche.
After review, the call in the field of a good goal is overturned. The shooter steps inside the crease. We have no goal.
Shots on goal now, 42-35, your shots on goal. Cromer to the box, Vancouver to the power play. And a chance to add to their 5-goal lead. King right on, not the stop. And you know Sheridan would like the chance here if he can get one. And it won't come on this possession here as a funny bounce off the top dasher. Kremolowski looks on as the Wings offense goes to work. The playoff picture is becoming a little clearer and clearer as the seconds tick along here, and I believe we know who is hosting playoff games in the opening round. We'll touch on that here momentarily. And it's won by the Wings. Nice chance there. Again, Young with a bit of a sneaky shot, and there's a hard hit by Beers, who takes one of his own. And he'll take another run at Young. Another chance in front, and that one's in the back of the net. Here, almost a turnover on Vancouver. Adler takes a run at a guy. I think that's off a Philly stick, so the ball is live. Owen Grant using his wheels, shovels across the ball, right down the pipe, scores! Sock trick for King Ball.
It continues And can you believe it? After his 5-goal performance in the first half, that are on this team, Max Adler is kind of a forgotten member in that category. Like, he's won in Buffalo in the NLL. He's won all throughout his field across career as well. He is somebody who knows how to win when it matters most, and he is a big asset and another beloved guy in the room.
How about that goal right there? Lucas Nielsen with a pretty one coming back across the green as he goes airborne and tucks it in.
So he'll be up to 17, one more, and he finishes the year as a point-per-game guy.
Double check. He might have more than one here tonight, but I do know he's got one for sure. This guy's got 6 goals here tonight. I know that as well. As Claridge will spin it right down to the crease. Charlambini scores!
Like what we've talked about all game with Philadelphia, it's Marcus Claridge who rolls up high, but the screen is set.
With Vancouver leading by 5, and if this is in fact, if we got a quick chance here, my final game of the season, I know TSN will be stepping in next week for the playoff game. Just want a chance to thank the entire Aquilini family, Roberto, Dax, as Dixon will cash one home to Dave Sheldon and Kurt Malowski and Tyson Geik, the entire Warriors franchise here, for allowing me to sit in this chair and do what I love to do year after year. They're down to 90 seconds here at Rogers Arena now. Sheridan, so you want to have a go late in this game. Not quite. Bowring! What up? 17 for the Warriors tonight. Pretty special stuff, and this team is built to win it all this year. And now we'll have home floor throughout the entire playoffs to try and accomplish that goal. As they down the Philadelphia Wings here tonight by a converted touchdown. 17-10 is your final. And that's the way you want to cap off your regular season and roll in.